G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my experience so far using the Jumbomax Ultralite Grips. I currently have them in a medium size and I put them on my entire bag. I initially got one to try and I put it on my driver, but I put it on a spare driver shaft that I had. And this was the one that I tested out. Now, I went for the medium size in the ultralight, like I said, and I've gone for the full blackout version just because I didn't like the colors that were in the actual, I guess, lines on the grip. So why have I gone to these grips? Why did I try them? So I've always been interested, and I'll tell you a little backstory. So I used to be a golf professional. This was years ago. I'm not anywhere near the standard that I used to be. So I used to play golf professionally for a couple of years. Wasn't very good. That's why I don't do it anymore. And when I started my new career, I stopped playing golf for 7 years. Fast forward to now, getting back into golf. I have a young family. I can't play outside. That's why I made this simulator. And this simulator is incredible. If you're interested in this simulator, check out Bayside Golf. I'll link them in the description. So that was kind of my journey. And the reason I told you that backstory is because when I stopped playing golf, technology like this that you can get in your house, technology that, you know, Jumbomax grips, this wasn't around. You basically had your traditional, I'll tell you what I used to use, these multi-compound New Decade grips. And I used these for years. And I still, when I got back into golf after, you know, having 7 years off, I just went and got what I always got because that's what I always got. And that's what I was used to. So fast forward now, I'm always on the pursuit. I'm on the journey to look for anything that is going to help me with my golf game. Now, I've got all the technology that I need and I never had any of this stuff before. So I'm really, you know, interested, and I'm always on the lookout to try and find anything that will give me an incremental gain so I will be a better golfer overall. And so that's kind of where the Jumbomax grips come in. Obviously, Bryson used them for years and I saw him using them. I never really thought about trying them myself because I was so set in my ways. And that's when a really good friend of mine, Sam, he actually, the owner of Bayside Golf, he said, hey, I've tried Jumbomax grips and I put them on all my clubs and I really like them. And that kind of got me thinking, why don't I try Jumbomax grips? Like, why? There's all this buzz about it. Why don't I just get one and actually try it? Because you get so set in your ways with golf and with golf equipment that sometimes you just need to try something to see if you like it. And that's exactly what I did. So I went, they actually have an application that you can go on, and I did the application and it told me to get a size large in the grip. Now, I was skeptical because I was talking to Sam and he said he had a size small in the Jumbomax and he said it was huge. And so I was skeptical getting large. So what I did was I wear a medium large size glove. So I wear a medium large size glove, but my hand is quite big. I do like a really tight fitting glove. So I'll show you this. So that's my glove. And I really like a nice tight fitting glove. I don't like it to be, you know, really big and have any, you know, play in it. So technically I could probably get away with a large glove, but I like a medium large because it really fits nice and tight. I do have quite big hands. I could probably get away with a large glove, but I do like it fitting tight. Now, why am I telling you that? I'm trying to tell you that because even though the application told me to get a size large, I went on their website and it said, if you wear a medium large glove, then get a medium grip. And so I opted for the medium grip. In other words, I wimped out. I went the smaller size, and I just wanted to try, you know, a medium size before potentially going to the large. When I initially got this grip, I tried it and it felt horrendous. And you can look back in my videos, I've even said, this feels horrendous. It just felt so bad. However, what was crazy was my dispersion with my driver. My driver's always been the club that I live and die by. If I'm hitting it good, it's down the middle. If I'm hitting it bad, it is, you know, sideways. Good luck. So what was funny is when I went to this grip, my shots just went like that. And I started hitting them a lot straighter. And I thought, there's something to this. Additionally, with that, what I noticed was my ball speeds were also up. Now, Is that a coincidence, or is it because of the Jumbomax grips? To this day, I still don't know, but I do believe there is something to this technology. I really do think there is something to this technology. What I like about the ultralights as well, so what's cool about these grips is with swing weight, if you're going to get jumbo grips in a traditional multi-compound grip, so if I was to get this grip, for instance, in a jumbo, it is going to weigh a ridiculous amount. And the issue with that is now I have to adjust all my clubs for swing weight. Whereas going to the medium size in the ultralight, it weighs the exact same as a standard New Decade. So what I was able to do was replace all of these grips by myself and then not have to worry about changing any of the swing weights on my golf clubs. So before you do this, definitely make sure you're not changing your swing weight, you're not changing the balance point of your clubs by putting these grips on, because that's something that I think a lot of people don't think about. But these medium-sized grips, the ultralights, are the exact same weight as the multi-compound standard grip. So once I tried it on the driver for, I mean, it was a few weeks, it was probably about 3 or 4 weeks that I tried it on my driver for, that's when I bought them for the whole set. And I've recently just put them on my whole set. Initially, I was really, really worried about doing this for my wedges. I thought my wedges, I'm not gonna have the feel, I'm not gonna have the control. I'm happy to report, after using these for about a week and a half now on all of my clubs, my wedges have never been better. Honestly, the feel that I get from these grips, it takes away a lot of, with the smaller grips, and this is the thing, you don't realize something until you go away from it and then try and come back to it, how different and how bad something feels. With the standard New Decade grips, I always thought they felt the best. They were the grips I loved. After using the Jumbomax for, you know, a couple of weeks, it started to feel really good on my driver. And that's when I was like, man, going back to these New Decade, they feel really small, and I really felt like I was ringing the golf club a lot. And so now that I've got them on all the clubs, I have to say, I'm sold. I'm 100% sold. They feel fantastic. My grip feels so much better. It feels like I'm not having to ring the club. I don't have like fingers overlapping and hitting my palm. It honestly, it's a game changer, and it's something that I'm going to use now until, I don't know, until the foreseeable future. I'm honestly thinking about next time ordering the large size just to give them a go, because I really love the way that they feel. But so far, these medium ones have been working fantastically, and I'm going to stick with them indefinitely. The one thing I do have to say about them, though, is these grips, because of the construction, they are firm. They're not like really soft, but you can probably see I wear out where my thumb sits on the grip. So for instance, my thumb will sit on the grip just there. Where my thumb sits, I do tend to wear the grips out quite quickly. And I can definitely say that these grips, they do wear a lot more. So they're not going to be as durable, in my opinion. You can see the wear already happening there. That's only after about, I'm going to say, 3 weeks of use. So that's something to be aware of. Potentially, you're going to have to replace these earlier than you would the multi-compounds. So something to be aware of. I'll just quickly show you that on the multi-compounds. You can see there's definitely a wear mark where my thumb goes, but because these are so much more durable, you can just give these a clean with like soapy water and they come up almost like new again. So they're going to be a bit more durable. But I mean, that's honestly the only con I have right now. I would absolutely never go back to a normal size grip. I'm just completely sold. It feels amazing, and it's helped, I'm going to say, every aspect of my game. So real game changer, something that you can change out, get immediate feedback, immediate improvement for essentially just buying the grips. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was just a quick, just my review, I guess, of the Jumbomax grips, the medium size. If you're going to get some, if you get one, let me know how you go. I would advise, if you're going to do it, put it on your driver. Just put it on your driver, and if it works with the driver, then you're going to be good for the rest of your bag. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any comments or questions, leave them down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.